What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 34 of the STS Guys. I am Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
Hey guys, it's Nate.
And I'm Scott.
And we're the STS Guys. So, just kind of something a little bit different than I've actually been meaning to do this for like the last, 30 something episodes. If this is the first STS Guys episode you're listening to or watching, we are a weekly podcast that discusses everything that is basically nerd news, pop culture references, kind of giving some experiences of our kind of nerdy geeky lives, collecting all sorts of stuff. So that's what we are, and that's who we are. And so welcome to the channel. And welcome to the podcast.
I
Welcome.
honestly
we like to shoot the shit.
Going through honestly, Jeremy, that is kind of funny because I think we're episode? I forgot even which number we're on already. You just said it. 34, right?
34.
So 34. So going into it, that I think is the only other time you've ever actually done that, other than like our first or second one. So good job remembering.
I've talked to Larry about this like 100 times. I'm like, you know what? We never say exactly what we do. I know what we do. I said, "No, you guys know what we do," but I don't think anybody else out there really knows what we do. Especially if it's like, hey, you know what? That's the first time that they're doing that. So I'm like, let me just go ahead and actually throw it out there. Let people know exactly who we are and what we're about.
Yeah. In case you were wondering, why the heck do these guys talk? That's why.
Because we like to hear ourselves talk. That's why.
But we appreciate you being here either way.
All right, guys. So what's been going on this week?
So May the 4th and Free Comic Book Day. I went out to a local comic book shop this morning, Samurai Comics in Phoenix, and they were having some sales. They had a bunch of free comics out there. Try to support, local shops when I can. It was fun. They always make it a big event, like any shop in the Phoenix area usually makes it a pretty big event, and Samurai gets way into it. They had some guy dressed up as a Black Panther. I took a picture with him. I put it on our story. Hopefully you guys saw that, but it was a lot of fun, man. Then I went to a local toy shop in the area. You guys are familiar with this, AZ Collectors Marketplace, because they have comics there too. And they had like a toy show going on, but yeah, it was cool. Just getting out and seeing everybody. And there was a ton of people out. Like at Samurai was just flooded.
Well, I saw a ton of the like social media posts and stuff like that, just from everyone that we kind of follow and everyone that kind of follows us. And yeah, there was, like I said, I saw a line, like almost Black Friday-ish type lines for some of the stores. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts. I took a video inside the store. You can see the line for the registers just wrapped around.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Nate, I think that was your video that I saw on our Instagram there with that thing, and yeah, that was as busy of a store as you would expect for like Black Friday at a store. Like, I mean, a comparable store for that size. Like this is Black Friday for a lot of those shops. Like getting people in, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was cool to see all the.
We went to a different Samurai location than Nate went to. We got there like right as they opened, like right at 10. I think we waited outside probably like 15 minutes before we actually could get inside.
Just that many people?
Yeah, that many people. So I grabbed my 2 free comic books, Bob's Burgers and Bongo for The Simpsons.
Nice.
But the place was too crowded to like, I'm with Nate, like support local businesses, support comic shops, all that good stuff. But like, that's not the right day to do it. It's too busy to look around. And then, yeah, if you even find something you want to buy, like the line to pay is just insane. Like when you go on just a normal Saturday or like a Tuesday afternoon, like it's totally empty. Like I'll just go back, man. I wasn't going to wait around and try to buy something today. And it sucks, but we grabbed our free comic books and we got out of there.
Yeah, it was funny that you say that, because I was thinking about buying like a new Batman comic, and then I turn around, I look at the line, I'm like, yeah, I'm not waiting that long.
No, I'm not going to wait 20 minutes to buy it. Like it sucks, but well. Just like anything else, man, like it brings everybody out. I saw so many people just walk in and walk right back out once they grab their free comics, which, they're not free for the comic book stores. They have to pay something to get them. So it's nice to pick something else up. But so many people just jump in, get their free copy of Spider-Man or whatever, and book it back home.
Yeah, that's true.
No, what's crazy is, like I said, we kind of like kind of harken this back to kind of like Black Friday is I think one of the shops, I mean, you were kind of reading earlier this week, Larry, is Jesse James Comics, a local comic shop here. They actually opened up at midnight yesterday.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Wow.
Yeah, like a midnight opening. So if you don't want to wait till the next morning, you can get your free comic books at midnight at Jesse James Comics. Apparently, that's a thing.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't think many shops were open at 12 a.m. last night. So
No, like I said yesterday. So the only thing I did yesterday was I went and saw Ken Jeong. So basically, Mr. Chow from The Hangover. He was doing his first stand-up show in Arizona ever. So he had basically a show at 10 o'clock last night, sold out stand-up live, and it was nuts. Like I said, it was probably the longest comedy show I've ever been to in my entire life.
But was it good? Would you like go back to another one of his shows?
Oh yeah, I go back to totally to another one of the shows just because he gives some real life examples. Because the thing that a lot of people don't know about him is like he's actually a real life doctor.
Yeah.
So he actually used to practice medicine. So his very first movie was Knocked Up, and so during the filming of Knocked Up, he was actually still working as a doctor. He actually filmed Knocked Up while he was on vacation.
Wow.
They took a bunch of vacation time.
Which is funny that he played a doctor.
Yeah.
For Knocked Up, like, and I know that he plays a lot of doctor roles in some of his early stuff because, the dude is a legit doctor. Like, if anybody, if you actually want to see, he does a couple of things for, if you know Wired, like the magazine, they do like they have their own YouTube channel where he actually answers people's like medical questions for them. So the people like tweet like medical stuff, and he'll actually like film himself like for them, like answering all the tweets that people get.
That's good because Wired magazine, I don't think they're selling many copies anymore now.
Yeah.
It's a magazine.
Yeah. I don't know if they're actually a
magazine
magazine. I just know it's Wired. Like, I think it's like a magazine or like a web media site or whatever. But yeah, they
whatever. You know you have a subscription to Wired magazine. It's okay.
The only magazine I have a subscription to is Game Informer because it's from GameStop and it's part of the Power Up Rewards membership.
I thought you were gonna say when you got your Prime, you picked up a Popular Mechanics, because I think that's the one that they try to push on you with Prime.
Oh yeah.
Ew.
I don't.
Ew. One of the stories that he told was actually kind of funny. I'm just gonna give you some highlights of it right now. Where he basically was on a plane, and then basically some guy was actually having a heart attack in the back, and one of the flight attendants was like, "Hey, is there a doctor on the plane?" And I guess it took him forever to convince the stewardess that he was a doctor because they kept on saying, "Sit down, Mr. Chow. You're not a doctor."
The fact they called him Mr. Chow too is even better.
He's like, yeah. He's like, I have all these other movie roles. He's like, but I'm forever Mr. Chow. And so he's like, I started accepting it. I'm just going to start responding to Mr. Chow from now on.
That's
but yeah, no,
definitely his most memorable.
He actually saved some dude's life on a plane one time. Coming back from filming The Hangover 2.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Cool show though. I like to see a stand up when I can.
Yeah, it was a good time. I just want to say welcome to the chat, everybody. In our YouTube live chat right now, we have General Funko Blogger in the chat. We have Heather Bradshaw. We have Half Geek. We have all the STS guys, Johnson Riverdad, and Ian Doge.
Ian seems to really want us to say something about playing Bendy. I can't talk. Bendy in the Ink Machine. Has anybody played Bendy in the Ink Machine? Because I have not.
I have not either.
I have not. He actually was in the God of War live stream I did earlier this week, and he was telling me about that. And I've never heard of that game, but I guess it's on Steam.
Yeah, never heard of it before.
It's Cuphead-esque, but no, I've never played it either. So, okay. Ian Doge from iandoge.com. If you play that, we'll have to check it out.
Thanks for the recommendation, Ian Doge.
Now, we have Hacky, who just got back from seeing Infinity War. So still going strong. I'm actually curious. I need to look it up right now about how much money it's made.
It passed the $1 billion mark.
I hope Half Geek did one of his in the car movie reviews for Infinity War, like he did for Ready Player One. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was amazing. Great review. His
initial
wife
first-
and kids are in the car. His wife's getting pissed off because he's recording in the car.
All
It
right.
was a great bid.
So I have it pulled up here, just so you know. So worldwide Infinity War, according to Box Office Mojo, 974,560,000
as of yesterday. So
as of yesterday. So as of today, they definitely breached their billion-dollar mark.
$1
Dang.
billion.
That's insane.
Well, here's the thing: we still have like a week before it actually opens in China.
Yeah, China will be a huge market for it.
So that's like we're still not having like one of our major international like groups to actually be able to see this.
Do you think the entire country of China has just avoided Twitter and like Facebook for the last 2 weeks? That way they don't get any spoilers.
Well,
How does that work?
I think their government.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Twitter and Facebook.
I don't think they have a choice to stay off of some of those or what they get access to.
You're not allowed to go on Twitter in China.
I don't that's why Ultra Surf exists, so you can actually like get online. Like they have to use VPNs for everything.
Yeah, they have pretty strong internet regulations in China. I mean, I don't know the specifics, but it might be hard for them to see those spoilers. And people are posting spoilers.
Yes.
I've seen that.
Okay. Yeah. So you
Peter
can't
Parker.
you can't use Twitter in China without a VPN. But you know what? Twitter estimates that they have almost 10 million users in China.
Yeah, but so out of the 10 million of the a couple billion people in China, like you got a decent market there for this movie.
Yeah. All right. So expert Johnson Riverdad says Facebook is blocked in China. Right.
Yep.
Okay. No.
He
Yeah.
also asked if we watched the NBA playoffs. I'm going to say no.
Dude, first, John, does it look like any of us watched the NBA playoffs?
These aren't basketball
Watch
figures.
sports.
We
These are not basketball figures.
we spend our Saturday nights talking about comics and like superhero movies. I'm gonna say that we did not. You can bet that we did not watch the NBA playoffs.
So true. I like some sports, but people ask me like, "Oh, who do you follow in football?" It's like I don't really follow one team. I'm not super into it, to be honest with you.
So I think that
I just think it's crazy.
I think what we need to do is we need to throw out an official STS Guys contest out and basically have people basically throw us the best made up sports team name. And that's who, and basically whenever we ask, what team do you like? And it's going to be some off the wall, weird name. And then that's basically who the STS Guys follow.
So
Like,
it'd be
oh,
like,
it's the Dim Doodle Pollywinkers,
yeah. we gotta call it the Wyoming, because I think that's a state that has no no sports teams whatsoever. So it'd have to be like, my favorite team is like the Wyoming Wally Jacks.
I'm sure there's some people with some pretty amazing fantasy football names, for their teams. That's when you have to get creative. What are you grabbing there, Jeremy? You're grabbing something.
Oh no, something was about to fall.
Oh.
But I've been rearranging. So I was showing everyone before the podcast today that my room or my office is basically a disaster right now. Just because I'm working on consolidating some stuff, getting some stuff to sell. I've decided to completely step away from Star Wars pops. I have basically going to be selling my entire collection of Star Wars pops.
No, not the Star Wars pops.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
What happens though when episode 9 comes out and you're like, oh my god, there's this one that I need?
It's not gonna happen. I just because it's a collection that I'm never gonna complete, and I've came to that realization. I'm like, and it takes up a good chunk of space. I'm like, there's more stuff that I like better than this, and so I'm like, you know what? Let me get rid of this, free up some space, and then maybe sort of roll that into something else. Johnson Riverdad asked, how many pops do I have? God, I think
this question comes up a lot.
436. I think I'm at.
That's very specific.
Yeah, it's very.
It might be more than that. I don't know.
How about you,
not
Larry?
not like 440. Jeremy has exactly 436.
Well, honestly, that number just sticks in my head for some reason. I think it's probably more than that. But I don't know. That number just sticks in my head for some reason.
I know Larry's up there. What do you got, Larry?
400 something. I don't know. I don't have it specifically counted up, but we did bring home 5 new pops today.
Woo!
Including,
what do you got?
including this red suit Bone Daddy.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm not even counting anymore. Just whatever. Just new pops come home every day.
What else did you get in that haul today?
We got that. We got a couple Five Nights at Freddy's pops. Build-A-Bear from Hot Topic exclusive, like that punk Build-A-Bear, and Guido from Cars 3. So that wasn't too bad. But we also got this Chica Proto.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
So it was went to so I like probably sitting there thinking, where'd Larry get all these pops from? But we went to Fanatics Day Out in Phoenix today. Fanatics Day Out is like a worldwide thing done kind of in conjunction with the Funko message board. It wasn't supposed to be this year. It's usually every other year, and they had it in 2017. But it's Funko's 20th anniversary. So it was kind of a worldwide celebration, 20 cities across the world celebrating Funko for their 20th anniversary. And Funko being the rad company they didn't have to send anything out, but they sent out those Bone Daddies and a handful of Protos, and everybody in town went home with some cool stuff and made some new friends and hung out and had a good time.
That's awesome. That's one thing that Funko is so great at, is engaging with their, fans and, throwing events for them. I'm a huge Mezco collector, and they don't do stuff like that at all. And I wish they would, because it really makes you appreciate the company more. Yeah.
You and I talked about that just last week. But it's true. Like, I was thinking about it today when we were there. I'm like, Nate's right. Like, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool how even like without the company backing it, like I still feel like the people who collect Funko would come out and hang out together. Like we played Funko Trivia, like some other Funko related games. It's cool to just be in the room with like 50 people who all like the same kind of stuff you do. Like, I don't think Mezco does that, right? There's no Mezco meetups. Nate, you should start organizing Mezco meetups.
Yeah, Nate.
I bet people would go for it.
Yeah. That's a great idea, because around, if you go to the different places around town, they all have started selling Mezcos now. So there's a market out there. There's people in Arizona that sell. I see them on Craigslist all the time.
Well,
that's
I think
actually not a bad idea.
They would follow you specifically, Nate, now because you're famous.
Yeah, it was cool. Go ahead, Jeremy.
I was like, say Nate was actually basically featured on someone a pretty extensively large following of toy photographers. What's the specific channel, Nate?
It's called Top Toy Photos, and yeah, they're pretty big. I mean, I've been following them for a long time. They're always featuring artists in the community, people that I follow. You learn, like on Instagram, there's a pretty tight-knit community of people, and you get to see them pretty frequently, and then you see their photos posted on this page. And, it's awesome because they have a ton of followers. It's a good way to get your name out there. And they approached me to do this interview that they do sometimes once a month. And I had to answer some questions and take a picture of myself. But it's cool, man. I've got a lot of really great people that I've met through Instagram and through doing the toy photography. And being able to be featured like that and show, have people appreciate my work is really cool. It makes it all worth it,
So here's a chance, Nate, to go ahead. I know we've had you do this before, but go ahead and give your that plug for your Instagram for people to check out those photos.
Yeah, you guys can see me on Instagram at figurefan_Nate. I'll put it in the chat. Give me a follow. I'd really appreciate it.
All right, so this is the if everyone can see.
There you go.
There you go. So this was Nate being selected for the top interview. So from Top Toy Photos. So learn some more about Nate and basically kind of what kind of drives him for his passion in his collecting. Follow him on Twitter at figurefan_Nate.
A Justice League t-shirt. Where's your STS Guys t-shirt?
Yeah,
I know.
I was I read all this. I was waiting for something to come up with STS Guys.
That's horrible.
Come on.
You did. You didn't represent Nate. Come on now.
No, it's nothing against the channel at all, guys. And I should have worn a STS Guys T-shirt. You're right. Now that I look back on it, that would have been a perfect opportunity. But it was specifically kind of about toy photography, and it was asking me, what's my favorite food, what's inspiration for my shots, kind of how I got into it. So, but yeah, I've got on my channel that I'm a STS Guys. What?
So what do you listen to? You said anything but country, nothing about podcasts on there. I don't.
I listen to my own podcast every week.
Wait. Now, technically, though, you say that, but he isn't wrong. We are not country, so we do fit in the category of everything but.
I'm a little bit country.
Feel bad. Now I wish I would have said something.
Well, Nate, there, you're a little bit country. I'm a little bit rock and roll. It's fine.
Nate, I'm just giving you a hard time, man. Congrats, man.
Well, yeah, no, that's really cool.
Guys.
It's very cool. But you know what? Like, it's got me thinking, are there do you know anyone else from Arizona who's kind of in that toy community on IG?
Not really, to be honest with you. Not really close with. I mean, I have friends on Instagram that I talk to pretty frequently, but nobody really directly from Arizona. I think it's it's kind of like more spread out toy photography. It's like in some states you see people do meetups, but it's not super common. But like you said, Larry, I think that's a really great idea.
Yeah, that's where I was going. Like, I think it's hard to be the guy to step up and do it, but like it would be kind of cool if you guys could try to like organize some meetups, right? People like Mezcos who like other things. Could be go out and like go take pictures together or whatever. Just talk about it. Like that would be kind of cool. Share figures and stuff too, right? Make the shots better.
Yeah, that's funny that you say that, because the guys that I have seen do meetups, they all kind of share their figures. There's a lot of people I don't have. Sorry, guys.
Who broke something?
I almost knocked my microphone off my desk. Anyways, there's a lot of figures I don't have. So yeah, meeting up with people, you can kind of share and take different shots and get different ideas.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Let's go to, or then there's some people, because I mean, like Mezcos aren't the only ones that are out there too, right? So you have a few other companies. So I mean, even just having like a group for that, you might be able to find somebody that has something different that Mezco hasn't made yet to be able to mix.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a ton of Funko photographers that I follow too.
Yeah.
Some people take some really amazing shots. Even Larry, he's taken some shots with his Funkos. It's just it's fun to do, I'm sure Larry can speak to this, but just doing it, setting up a shot, like trying to show off your figures, it's a way to quote unquote play with them. It's cool. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't go outside of the walls of my house usually, so my photography is limited. Like I got a lot of nice backyard shots, but if I can't take it in the backyard, I'm probably not doing it. I never remember to bring stuff with me, so I always feel like I got to do better than that. Jeremy brought his Spider-Man Dorbs on his cruise. That was pretty cool. That's right.
Yeah, Jeremy was doing his own kind of photography on his cruise. He brought Spider-Man around in front of that Bacardi sign. That was cool.
Yep, for sure.
It's world traveling Spidey. Sorry, guys, I couldn't find a bottle opener.
Don't you have one on the fridge that's right there?
I never put it on, so that's actually what I was looking for.
Did we be one? Can we be Indian givers on the one we gave away in our Super Mega Batman prize pack giveaway and call that back?
I was just gonna say the Super Mega Batman prize pack giveaway had a really cool bottle opener that Jeremy actually used on a stream a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yep. Podcast used.
That's why you don't give those things away.
Well, they actually were nice bottle openers. It's like they weren't like the cheap ones that like bend when you if you have like a cap that's kind of stuck on there a little bit.
So the thing that you get like 3 uses out of, then you have to throw away.
Yeah. I've had a couple of those. Like my novelty, like honestly one of my favorite ones is I used to have like the Simpsons Duff beer bottle opener. I used to awesome. Have the Homer burp every time you opened it. It broke. I think after the third time.
Oh no. Yeah, that's the thing. Those bottle openers, especially the novelty ones, they're not really made for opening bottles. They kind of just break.
Yeah, they're just more for show, right? For fun.
Yeah.
2 questions. Where's Yoshi? I don't know where Yoshi is.
Where's Yoshi?
Where is Yoshi?
Where is Yoshi?
It's middle of the day in Australia.
It is middle of the day.
Doing family stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Denny McGuire's, when is the next giveaway? We actually have something planned right around Phoenix Comic Fest. Yes, I said it right this time.
Yeah, we finally get it.
First try. Which Phoenix Comic Fest is Memorial Day weekend, like May 23rd, something like that. So end of May.
3 weeks, yeah. Like we got like 3 weeks.
End of May, and Jeremy and I have something special planned.
Ooh.
It's gonna be rad.
It's gonna be super mega Graily.
Graily.
Is that a
You guys are
word?
making me excited.
Yeah, like I'm actually kind of curious now what this Graily thing is.
We don't know yet. That's half the fun.
We like I said, let's just put it this way: we've put as much planning into this giveaway as we have this episode of the podcast.
Nice.
So-
Is that
so-
why we're talking about random stuff for 25
I was
minutes?
gonna say, so nothing at all, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Making it float.
We will have another giveaway. So we'll post on all of our social media platforms when that specifically is going to happen and what that's specifically going to be. Honestly, like I said, I'm trying to top our previous giveaways. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, if you guys have followed us in the past, you know that we try to do some pretty big giveaways, some super mega giveaways. So I'm sure whatever we do next is going to be super mega.
Yeah. Just to kind of give you guys a preview of some different stuff that is coming up. So like we have a couple events coming up. We have Phoenix Comic Fest that we're going to. Then we also have the amazing Las Vegas Comic Con.
I'm super excited for.
Yeah, so me and Scott are headed to that event. So it's one of those things we have. Like, so we're gonna grab some stuff from some of these events that, like, that are going to be a part of the some giveaways. Like, so for example, one of the things that will be a part of a future giveaway that's not going to be our next giveaway, but it'll be our future giveaway is we'll have some stuff signed by like some like comic creators like Jim Starlin, who created Thanos, Kevin Eastman, who's the creator of the Ninja Turtles. We'll have some signed stuff. We'll have some comics. We'll have some all sorts of different stuff that's on deck for some giveaways. So definitely stick around and make sure to follow us on all of our platforms to be informed of when those giveaways are going to happen.
Nicely done.
Thank you. So we've all had a week to kind of decompress from Infinity War.
I don't feel so good.
I find it funny that has started basically a whole meme range. It's like so overboard. So overboard.
So it's all over the place, dude.
So I know that I'm just gonna throw this out here because I know where Jeremy you're going. So just as a potential, Half Geek just saw Infinity War, so he doesn't have to worry about this. But for anyone in the stream, if you have not seen Infinity War, we're gonna probably spoil some shit. So just fair warning.
Be cautious.
Just be cautious. Stay in the chat stay on if you want. But you have been warned. We may spoil some shit.
It's here. Can we talk about that real quick though? And so because we started a side topic earlier this week in regards to basically when do you have to give up basically the spoiler tag? Like I'm saying, except my vote, my official STS Guys vote is a week. So after it's basically something's been out a week, I don't think you have to say, hey, there's spoilers, this, that, or the other. It's been out a week. I said you've had plenty of opportunity to, if you're gonna see it, if you're that much of a fan where you want to see it, you're gonna see it within that week. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I agree with you, man. We were talking about this, and I think it's, everybody knows how big this movie is. People want to talk about it. And if you haven't seen it in a week, it's kind of on you if you go explore, social media, because there's going to be a lot of stuff out there and people are going to be talking about it. I think a week is more than fair.
Who cares about spoilers and didn't find time in the last 7 days to go see this movie? Like, it's an event. Like, I don't know, like we paused our lives and tried to go see it on Friday when we shouldn't have, but we still, right? Like, I would have done anything to go see this movie. Like, I don't understand how you care and don't go see it.
We may have gotten yelled at by our boss. May or may not have.
I mean, Larry nail on the head, man. If this movie's important to you, you would have seen it by now.
Yeah, so how are you going to complain about spoilers? Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
I see, but I think there's some people that want the 2 weekends, and I think that's what it is. Because movies always come out. I mean, it used to be Friday. Now it's always like 7 p.m. Thursday. but you have that first weekend. I think people really are expecting that week. Like when you say a week, like it's that second weekend. By the end of that second weekend is what the general expectation is. I'm with you. I think you got until like middle of the week before like it's okay. But I think a lot of people online really are expecting like you're going to let them go. If they can't see it opening weekend, the next logical time they can go to that movie is the next weekend. So you got to, they don't want those spoilers. So
yeah, to be honest, though, even within like the first few days of the movie being released, like, maybe that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I was surprised that there wasn't a ton of stuff online. It was really only until like Monday rolled around that I started seeing more and more clips from the movie being posted.
Which is cool, because I didn't avoid social media at all, like on Friday, and I didn't see anything.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah, I was playing around online and didn't really see anything that would have hinted anything different, like that I hadn't seen already, I should say. It was like Monday or Tuesday when the memes started to roll out of the movie stuff and all the different things.
The meme factory opened up on Monday.
Yeah. Yes, the meme factory did open up,
and Reddit just had a field day, man.
So, what about this? Can we agree on this? How about Friday? So Friday, the first weekend opening up to Sunday of the second weekend. So basically, a 12-day span. 12 day span.
So I was gonna say, like a 10 days, I think it's enough. If you haven't seen it in 10 days, it's on you. Like,
why are we talking about this? If you remember, we're the douche nozzles who were talking about it Saturday night right after it came out.
We did.
You know what? When Solo comes out, when Captain Marvel comes out, we're going to do the same thing.
Oh yeah, dude, we're already way in breach if that's the case.
No. I'm just saying that's we're fine to talk about it, but you just have to put the spoiler alert, spoiler warning.
Yeah, like I said, I
on the thing. Yeah, wait, stop for a second. Nate, did you just try to do sirens with your fingers?
No, I tried to do quotation marks.
Oh, okay. I was like, why is it spoiler alert? And I thought you did that. I was like, oh my god, that is the greatest thing in the
world. Now I wish I would have said yes. That's what I was doing.
No, it's fine. I was like, I couldn't see because in the little picture I couldn't see down at the bottom. I could not see. And I thought you were doing like spoiler alert, like siren.
No, to Larry's point, like it's so like the title of the episode right now is theories and spoilers. Like that, I want to know when we can officially drop that spoilers. Well,
you know why I put spoilers in there? Because it's clickbaity.
Yeah.
Nice. So if somebody's searching up Infinity War spoilers on YouTube, they might join our live stream. You never know.
Is this horrible? I actually want to find a movie, one that I don't care about, and literally just go spoil the crap out of it. Like,
it's the funnest thing in the world to be able to spoil stuff. Like to some of that's not your friend. If you spoil it to your friend, you're just a jerk. Yeah. But like, if you can, if you can spoil it for a stranger
or whatever the Fantastic Beasts, whatever the hell it's called now. I'm not into Harry Potter. And just literally run in the theater right before the movie
yell something
and just yell exactly what happens.
You need to do that and you need to record it.
This dude dies, and then just run out.
Yeah, it's Harry Potter's father.
That's
perfect.
What? Yeah, did that guy just spoil the movie?
Wait, so that Fantastic Beast thing? That guy's Harry Potter's father?
No.
Oh.
He's playing into the joke like, this character in this movie is Harry Potter's father.
And you just spoiled something for Larry. So.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Newt Scamander or whatever that guy's name is.
I literally have never seen a full
Nibbler.
Wait, you've never seen a full Harry Potter movie?
Nope. Wow. No desire to.
Yeah, me neither.
To be honest,
I've never seen a full Harry Potter.
I saw the first two, and
I've seen all of them.
Yeah,
probably more than once on a few.
Yeah,
those are kids' movies, Nate.
Dude, I read all the books.
Nate,
I'll admit it. I really enjoyed Harry Potter. I thought it was amazing.
You're much younger than I am. So, how old were you when you read those books?
Gosh, I think the first one came out when I was in, I want to say middle school. I think I was like, I don't know, 6th grade when the first one came out. Maybe
That's about right, actually.
Wait,
When did the first Harry Potter book come out? Hold on. Come on, Google.
I'm still
June 26th, 1997. Yes, I was still in high school.
Nice. So I would have been in middle school at the time, right? Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I was in high school, so yeah, probably. I thought I was college for sure, so I'm just happy that I was still in high school.
I think it's because of the movies that came out in like the 2000s, right? Like,
well, the movies came out quite a bit later after the first book.
Yeah, they came out like later, so it was one of those things.
2001.
Yeah. So I think that people associate like the movie. This Harry Potter's that weird phenomenon where like the books exist, but like when most people hear about it, I think the movies are what first come to mind. Like not with the fans, but with like general public. When you talk about like Harry Potter, like
you picture Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, it wasn't until like probably maybe the third book that it really started to get huge and got like a huge following. Because I think that's when the first movie started, being introduced. Like, hey, we're making Harry Potter movies now.
And you're like, what?
And the books just got better and better as they went on. I mean, I know you guys didn't read it, but the story was actually really, really well done.
I think I think my whole thing, and I'm open for all fandoms and things like that. Harry Potter fans are a very different bunch. They're a very different bunch. Like I said, I'm not knocking anybody for being a fan of anything, but they're just a very different bunch, and that's the nicest way I can put it.
Oh, all right.
You just alienated like a third of our audience.
So who else could we piss off? How do you guys feel about those Lord of the Rings movies? I hate those. Who else loves Lord of the Rings? Let me stomp on your dreams.
This guy.
Oh, Nate likes those. Of course, Nate likes those. Nate likes everything.
Nate was trying to get chicks. Like he's like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. That's my way to pussy.
Yeah, that's
hell yeah, man. You got to own who you are, and I like that shit. So I'm not going to say it's not cool.
I cannot say anything bad. I love Lord of the Rings. Like the whole.
I didn't mind Lord of the Rings. I hated The Hobbit.
Okay, first, that needed to be one movie at max 2. The fact that they stretch it to 3 ruined that goddamn movie. Like that is just awful. They did that completely wrong. Like the problem with it was like the original Lord of the Rings. Like they actually took the 3 books and split them out and told the story of each of those books. The Hobbit's one fucking book. Like, how do you take one book and make it into 3 goddamn movies?
Yeah, they completely milked the story way more than they needed to. I mean, Lord of the Rings movies, there was 3 of them, and they made 3 books, so it was 1 movie per book. And The Hobbit was about the same length, but it got into 3 movies. So it was like, Jeremy, is definitely illustrating what I'm trying to say. They are milking it.
Yeah,
Hollywood, am I right? Those guys. Well, I can't talk because you all know my favorite movie line of all time is Fast and Furious.
I was gonna say Barbie movies.
Oh, there's Barbie movies? There are cartoons? I'm waiting for the live action.
Wasn't that Clueless?
Yeah, I was gonna say basically.
Mean Girls. Oh, they should do like a Barbie live action where it's basically Mean Girls. I'd watch that.
There's a Mean Girls musical.
I know, Legally Blonde musical too.
Yeah.
When are we going to New York Comic Con, guys? So we can hit up Broadway.
I did not know any of those exist. And my wife is a liar in the chat. She says that I think the Infinity War could go into the 3 movies. I think 2 is good.
Infinity War into 3. Yeah, I mean, for what they were able to do for Infinity War 1, now it's like, okay, they can give every character some pretty good screen time. However, the amount of buildup, I could totally see them extending into 3, but we know that it's just going to be 2.
Okay. Side tangent from
our super tangent.
First off, Jimmy, this entire episode has been one big tangent.
Can we call this
tangent?
Tangent.
Yes, that is perfect.
So if you Google Harry Potter is and see the suggested search results.
Oh no.
Harry Potter, first result, Harry Potter is dead. Harry Potter is God. Harry Potter is Thor's husband.
Fan fiction.
Yeah, Harry Potter Islands of Adventure. Harry Potter is secretly married fan fiction. Harry Potter is a sky fan fiction. Harry Potter is a half angel fan fiction. Harry Potter is a feral mutant fan fiction. Harry Potter is Hades fan fiction, and Harry Potter ISBN.
So
What?
okay, so is it sad that the worst one on there
I'm going here. What is
the island one? Like,
that is very random.
to me,
I think the Islands of Adventure might be the
Island
Universal
Adventure,
Studios.
like-
my God? We got okay. So I found
This is
something
amazing.
that we have to basically get into is basically so a Harry Potter plus X-Men movie crossover, and they basically write down the story of what it should be. This,
Yeah, I clicked on the Avengers one. This is amazing.
this is the greatest thing ever.
Wait, why didn't you tell us about this Harry Potter fan fiction?
I didn't even know they existed, but now I'm intrigued.
Holy crap! This is amazing.
Yeah, Loki meets Harry. This is guys, we got to do an episode all about Harry Potter fan fiction, and then I think we each need to write our own Harry Potter fan fiction.
Ooh.
can we
It
have
might be
an
hard
STS
for me
Guys?
because I've never seen Harry Potter.
I was going to say, how are you guys going to write about it if you don't know anything about the story?
Oh, but this is the most amazing. Like Harry Potter meets the X-Men. I'm like,
We got to do this.
It doesn't make any sense, but hey, that's cool.
It makes so much sense. It makes dollars.
I guarantee you they'd sell tickets.
So first, so looking at this though, I love the fact that there's a website dedicated to fan fiction that's
Yeah,
on
of
here.
course
Like
there
what I'm
is.
looking at is literally fanfiction.net, and I'm guessing there is just a plethora of stuff that we could cover on this.
Oh.
Like,
they have Gummy Bears fan fiction.
Oh, gummy
from the-
bears.
Wait, from the
Found-
gummy bear here and there and everywhere.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Stacey Lee Pert says Harry Potter fan fiction is fun until it gets incestuous and weird.
I think that's what happens with every fan fiction.
And I think that's one I want to find.
Yeah. So first
Exactly.
off, just to tell you the story of it, the reason why we had that 50 Shades of Grey thing is because somebody got a cease and desist from writing fan fiction for the Twilight movies, and they basically were like, "Hey, you can't write this fan fiction anymore." So they just like changed the characters not to vampires, and we got 50 Shades of Grey.
Well, okay, so
Look it up. I'm not wrong.
The Gummy Bears go to war. Like it's basically a Lord of the Rings type story, but with gummy bears. I said, this is by far found the greatest thing I've ever. Oh,
This episode is definitely called Side Tangent.
oh,
Yeah.
Google.
This
We
is
just-
going way left field here.
Super side tangent.
Yeah.
Oh, the gummy
Super
bears.
side
Gummy bear
tangents.
cake. Gummy bears. The last rain.
I really didn't know there was that many people that were fans of the original that Gummy Bears cartoon. I like the theme song, but I don't remember much about the show other than the fact that they
Yeah.
had to drink the potion to like bounce,
Yeah.
I love this.
Bounce.
which I didn't understand why they were called Gummy Bears though during the time, because they were like real bears.
They were gummy.
Like, they weren't made of gummy like material. They were
I
not
love how-
gelatinous.
I love how analytical Scott's getting about the gummy bears.
Yeah. Like 10-year-old Scott was like, "They're not gummy bears."
I don't
Well-
understand the premise behind this show, and why do
Yeah.
they bounce?
Well, again, they're you throw a gummy bear, it might bounce, but like, I don't know. I got to do a weird thing like this. Why did they? You could just make them gummy bears though for the show.
You know what I find most impressive right now is we're talking about the dumbest shit right now, and we still have 10 people that are watching us.
Hooray! I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Guys.
Thank
Well,
you.
they're just realizing how big of a mistake it is. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I'm
I
hope-
wasting my
I hope
Saturday night.
we're inspiring them to write STS Guys fan fiction.
Oh,
Hey, ooh,
oh okay.
If
Okay, let's
I
do.
like that idea.
I think we should each write a piece of fan fiction, but
And
not tell. Like I said, not tell each other who wrote whose. I
wait,
call-
so wait, so if I pick like Nate, do I have to write a story about Nate, or
No,
are we just writing?
We each write a story, and then we give out the three. Right, like somebody sorts it and gives out the three to you guys to read. Like I'll read Scott's, Nate's, and Jeremy's, and then I have to pick who wrote Scott's, Nate's, and Jeremy's.
Oh,
Right. Any topic,
okay.
like any topic we choose, right?
Any topic.
Anything from gummy bears to Harry Potter to gargoyles, to Batman the animated series.
Can we have Smurfs? I want to write something about Gargamel.
Well, don't give it away.
I've been inspired. I've been inspired by our talk of Harry Potter, and
I see why people love Harry Potter now.
Yeah, I want to know if he's Thor's brother or lover or whatever.
It's his husband.
Thor's husband. Yeah, Harry Potter's Thor's husband. Come on, look at that.
Look what Harry Potter has just done for our podcast.
Chris Hemsworth,
Yeah. Without Harry Potter, we wouldn't have this amazing idea.
Yeah, that is true. Jeremy would not have looked up there or looked up Harry Potter and found the weirdest fan fiction I could think. But
no, it gets weirder.
Oh, I've seen some weird stuff. So
just keep digging. You can find anything. And it gets nasty.
I spend a lot of time on the internet. I found a lot of things that I wish I could unread. But some of it's so bad, you just have to keep going.
All right. I like it. We need some time to work on this, though. Like, we got to make this perfect. This is a follow-up, maybe for like June or July, when when the boringness of summer catches up to you.
Yeah, when it's
Here
not
come the STS guys to save the day with their fan fiction review and writing and mess of a podcast.
Now, here's the question: do we read it on the air?
Ooh, it's got to be. Oh, I don't know. That's rough. It's got to be a reasonable amount, then, like reasonable length. Woof, woof.
Woof.
Uh-oh.
Someone's not having a good day.
It's not my house.
Not my house. My dogs sound way meaner than that.
That is not mine. Nate went on mute. It's Nate.
Yeah.
Okay, this also spun out a different idea. We could also basically write the same story, but basically, Larry, you read a chapter, and then Scott has to continue it. And Nate has to continue it. And it could turn into the most like twisted.
Isn't that like what you had to do in like 5th grade?
Yeah.
But we're adults now, so we can make it all
weird. Yeah.
That's a good idea. I like that.
All right. I'm in. Sign me up.
You know what we need to do is we need to get a couple of randomizers to pick what the story is so that we don't have any idea.
I like it. I'm good at choosing character names.
Should come up with
it's
random ideas. Throw them in there.
But if it's if it's fan fiction stuff, then we don't have to make up character names unless you want to try to introduce your own. Like I think this person should have been in that movie.
Well, yeah. I feel like that's a must.
I can't wait to do this.
We'll work out the details.
It says Goosebumps choose your own adventure style. Ooh, I really like that idea actually. Danny McGuire says he used to write X-Files fan fiction. That sounds amazing. Maybe you can share with us, Denny.
You need to send that to me, Denny, because I love the X-Files.
Yeah, I need to read that too. I want to know if Mulder and Scully, ever were an item.
Dude, weren't they?
In the entire series.
Yeah, I think they were.
I think, yeah, at a certain point, I think at the end they were.
I don't remember.
I stopped watching it.
Yeah, and it came back, and I didn't really watch it, but like at a certain point, like I think they were kind of an item.
I love you, Mulder.
You guys both just flashed something in front of the camera.
Oh, geez, I missed what the other person flashed. Mine was just a Scully.
Mine's just my.
Put your Mulder away.
my Freddy Hikari.
I can't pick mine up because it's got something on top of it. But bam, 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 Funko Shop Hikari. How much did you pay for that $50 MSRP Freddy Hikari, Jay?
$30 shipped.
Nice. 27.
Oh, quality, man. That's a great price.
Thank you, bots and flippers who thought they were going to make money off Hikari. Try again, kids.
So Ian asked earlier, when is our next video game stream? What do you guys think? I've been playing some God of War. I don't know if we're going to switch it up, maybe play something else. I was thinking about maybe doing another God of War stream tomorrow. It just depends.
Well, seriously, I was going to actually stream God of War today, but then I can't because it'll spoil it for you.
Yeah. Well, once you get to a certain point.
I mean, yeah, do the live stream if you want to do it. Don't worry about me.
So I might do a live stream on Sunday or Monday.
Cool.
We have company visiting. Makes it kind of hard to live stream. You
Oh,
get
yeah,
judged
I
by your
understand that.
family. Like, what's that guy doing? Just sitting down and playing video games and talking to himself? My family's mean,
That is true. You do a lot of talking to yourself.
right?
Somebody walked in the room and be like, "What? Why does he keep having conversations?"
Yep. It's frowned upon.
No, I do
But-
that all the time. It's fine.
Thanks to everybody that joined my last one. I think Gentleman was in there. We got Larry. We had Scott. We had Jeremy. We had Heather in there. A lot of people joined. I really appreciate it. It's fun. I'm slowly going through God of War. I'm really enjoying it. So I try to share it when I can. I'm going to play it anyways. Might as well show you guys.
All right.
So I might do that again.
Should we get off our side tangent and actually talk about what Larry had laid out for us? Infinity War theories and predictions.
Yeah. So we have that. I kind of want to think. I just kind of want to know more so. Who do we think should come into the MCU? Like, what characters are missing that need to be there?
Daredevil.
Yeah, well, he's not missing.
He's missing in the movie.
Yeah, it's true.
Are you saying he already poofed?
That's the thing, is he might have poofed.
I'm curious to see what Luke Cage is going to do when it comes out in June.
Yeah. Are they going to tie that in?
Please, 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 please let it start with Heroes for Hire, right? You got Iron Fist, you got Luke Cage. They're beating up guys together. And then
poof.
all of a sudden, people start disappearing, and it's bye-bye Danny Rand. That's all I want. It ties it into the whole universe. Luke Cage can go about his business. They can move on with the show, do whatever they're going to do anyhow. But I want Danny Rand to disappear. Who's with me?
I'm 100%
Yes.
with you.
100% with you, Larry.
But whenever they fix Infinity War, can we just have that not happen to Danny?
No, he's going to come back. But that's fine. It gets him away for at least, like, that movie doesn't come out till next year. So,
Yeah.
right, there's no Defenders 2. There's no other Iron Fist. I think they totally throw him in there just for, like, literally, like, a scene in the beginning of season 2 of Luke Cage. And then it's just bye-bye Danny Rand. Like, Daredevil's fine. Jessica Jones is fine. Claire is fine. Like, everybody we care about. But
Every character but
yeah, like even like Ward Meacham is still fine. Like that dude's cool. Like, but just Danny Rand is gone.
I would love that.
That would be amazing.
Can we get a reboot and somebody else shows up as like, actually, I
am now the immortal Iron Fist.
yeah,
He needs to hire Larry because he's got amazing ideas.
the sworn enemy of the hand.
Somebody email Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
Got my resume ready. I'm sure he takes open solicitations.
Oh yeah,
Nobody else.
all
does
the
that.
time.
All right. So
He's always wearing that hat.
Yeah, I think that's to cover up a bald spot. To be honest,
Sorry.
don't quote me on that, especially Kevin Feige himself. Like if I hit the nail on the head, like I'm sorry, but
pulling up Ron Howard, because Ron Howard without his hat is an ugly ass individual.
he is frightening. So I'll start here. Can we please have Nova, like Richard Rider, in the damn MCU at some point? Like, you already introduced the Nova Corps. We know they exist.
Well, at least they did till Thanos killed them all.
Yeah, well, probably half of them, right? That's his thing. But yeah, like, we have the Nova Corps, and if they are all dead, that even leads it into the fact that there could be one left.
So he killed all of
take over.
Asgard, though, right? Is all of Asgard's dead?
No, so apparently,
Half of them are still okay.
So apparently, the reason why we didn't see Valkyrie is because she was leading the effort to get like a bunch of the people off the ship before Thanos showed up.
Yeah, I forgot about Valkyrie. That makes sense.
Somebody asked in like a thing where she was to one of the two directors, and they said that she was the one that led like all the like escape pods from that ship.
Yeah, that makes sense. So maybe Nova like was just hanging out with the Nova Corps and he survived, and come Avengers 4, like he needs to step up and be the man that he was meant to be.
He could be the last Centurion. Like, come on.
Even if he's not in Avengers 4, I think we'll see at some point in time a Nova or or like I said, maybe in Guardians, like I said, Nova's going to show up just because they made specific mention of the destruction of Xandar.
Yeah,
and they showed him getting all the other stones, but that one he already had that. They didn't want to focus on that at all. That makes the perfect tie into an origin story for
why is he the last one or something along those lines. Yeah,
the whole flashback scene in his future movie or his future thing of like, say, Thanos coming, kills everybody. He now basically has, the power of the Nova Corps.
right.
I think you guys are onto something.
So it needs to be like, and especially now that they like revived Rich Rider for the in the comics, like he is back as the original Nova, and they brought the character back in. So at a certain point, like, are they leading that in to get people familiar with it before the movie?
Could be. It'd be a cool mix-up character, somebody new.
I have an even more like, what the heck? I can't think of the issue number. Uno Momento. Keep talking.
All right,
yeah, I think for me, like, it's a long shot, but Marvel just acquired the rights to the X-Men. The X-Men were a part of Infinity Gauntlet, the comic. There's that classic scene where Thanos rips out Wolverine's adamantium skeleton. But I think that would be awesome if they could somehow get the X-Men into Infinity Gauntlet. But that would need a lot of explanation because the X-Men's kind of been going on their own story tangent. So I don't know how that would work. Like I said, it's a long shot. But
they would have to reboot the X-Men, but they could use that as a way to do it.
Mhm.
And this, like Jeremy and I have talked about this before. You just show a quick flashback that all the during all these major battles, like Sokovia and the Battle of New York, like they could be in the outskirts fighting or like saving people. Like they didn't have to be in the main little area fighting, so that you could explain that, hey, they were out doing this while this stuff was going on, and just reboot it. But
it's true.
I don't think that those rights will be. I mean, obviously they filmed the movie already, so I would love to see them come in, but I think that's going to be the next, like whatever the Avengers is in the future moving forward, like when they have all these individual movies done, I think that's when the X-Men, you'll start to see them come in.
You mean?
Yeah, I think you're right.
You mean the new Avengers?
Yeah, whatever it's going to be. I don't. Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen to the old Avengers? Because conveniently, Hulk, Black Widow, Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, all the original Avengers are still alive, and all the guys like Black Panther and Tom Holland Spider-Man, they're not around anymore. That's kind of odd, right?
Oh yeah, Jeremy, pick me. Yeah, Jeremy wants to know. Go ahead, Jeremy.
No,
yes, sir, with the glasses.
So Nate, no, I want as I said, you guys can see, like, my office is a complete mess right now. So I've been going through a ton of stuff, consolidating some stuff, getting rid of some stuff, trying to sell some stuff. I actually came across something super interesting when I was going through my comics, trying to basically figure out, like, hey, what issues I'm gonna sell, which ones I'm gonna keep. I'm trying to narrow it down even further. I came across an interesting book today. I can't find it right now because I said it's already in my closet, but it took me a couple seconds to find it online. So I'm going to share my screen with it real quick, and I want you to notice something interesting on this specific cover. And I think we're going to get Secret Invasion. I'm telling you. So here is Captain Marvel versus the Skrull in the Skrull War on the world called Titan. So Thanos' home planet.
Yeah. Well, but in that one, that is actually the moon of Saturn, Titan, right? So, that is actually very interesting. So you could potentially have that lead into Skrulls for the next big one.
So I literally think the next story arc is, like I said, everyone's giving me crap about it. I think we're gonna get a Secret Invasion storyline.
They need
Jeremy
to.
is all in with Secret Invasion.
I'm 100% in with Secret Invasion.
To be honest, it's the next big thing to go for after like an Infinity Gauntlet story. Yeah. Like to move it up, like it's like you can't have Infinity Gauntlet then the threat be something not that big for the next like team up, you know.
What are we talking though? What are we talking, like Avengers 5 2021? Right? The next one comes out 2019. Do they skip 2 years?
Yeah,
They have to,
probably, right? At least.
yeah.
They'd have to have
They
some
would have
individual
to.
movies
Yeah.
to build up stories again.
Yeah, because I mean they're trying to. If you look at it, like I think Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, both our contracts are up, and I don't know if they've hinted toward anything of renewing after this. So you already have a bunch of your major players not coming back, or at least so far not coming back. So they're going to have to introduce a whole bunch of new characters to build those ranks again. So you have those stories to try to build up to the next one.
So I'm gonna disagree there, because I think they have enough characters. I'm always concerned that they're gonna try to introduce too many characters, and like Nate was saying, if they introduce anybody, it's gonna be the X-Men or the Fantastic Four. I don't think they're gonna dig deep to stuff like, what was Denny saying, the Shamrock? No, get out of here, Denny. We're not gonna see that kind of stuff.
Now, Denny,
you're gonna get Black Panther. You're gonna get Doctor Strange. You're gonna get Scarlet Witch. We already have like 5 or 6 key characters. Spider-Man. You don't need a ton of new people.
I agree with you, and I literally think, like I said, they're going to use all the past movies, like I said, as basically intertwined mess, and I think that's why Captain Marvel takes space specifically in the 90s. So that way, basically, you're introducing the Skrulls. You're seeing exactly what they're all about. That's why that movie takes place in the past. Because, like I said, you could easily introduce Captain Marvel, like I said, in a future
any point.
At any point. There's a reason they're going back in the past. Back in the past, specifically with Nick Fury and everything else like that.
They're bringing back all the original people, like Coulson and all, like, Maria Hill. They're all showing back up for that movie.
Yeah, so I think basically that's all going to plant the seed for our Secret Invasion storyline. I think it's going to happen. So I think we're going to see some Skrulls take over in regards to some characters. So I honestly don't think we're going to get any new characters. Maybe like I said, a couple that kind of feed that line along. But I think we're going to have a Secret Invasion storyline. Boom.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, and for the same reason we didn't see anything in Infinity War. Like, they have so many characters, they don't really need to give you anybody new at this point. I mean, we barely saw, like, Shuri. She was on the screen for, like, 2 seconds? Like, there's so many characters. Black Widow was barely on there. And everybody keeps talking about a Black Widow movie. Like, how is that going to fit in? Like, there's just so much that they got to cram into this.
Which then also, here's nothing, which also then takes place.
Would be in the past.
Yeah, it would be in the past, yeah.
So basically, it takes place after Iron Man 2.
Oh, okay.
So
that's a wonderful movie.
Yeah, that's where it's going to take place at.
Well, I think they've proven that they know how to build a story. They're not going to do a Justice League style where
they DC movie,
one standalone movie, and then rush into a team. Like, you don't know who half these people are, but here's your team movie. It's like, nah, they're not going to do that. They're going to build it up again like they did, and it's going to have to be an epic storyline. So to your point, Jeremy, it sounds like, I don't know much about Secret Invasion, but it sounds like one of those stories that you can really kind of lay the groundwork slowly and then build up to kind of a big movie.
Well, and kind of to the point of, like I said, hey, okay, so with Captain Marvel going back in the past, Black Widow going back in the past, they can go back and fill in basically time in between these movies with other movies and basically lay out your entire Secret Invasion storyline that basically overlays
on top of everything.
Yeah, overlays on top of everything. So you could basically have these people infiltrating different. So you have the Skrulls infiltrating different aspects, of different superheroes, different government agencies and things like that. So it just basically it's this layer of movies. It's another interconnected universe that lays on top of this entire universe that's been built out. I think there's a reason why they're doing all these movies in the past. Because there's no other point. I tell you, these are the first time you're hearing about these characters, and there's no point to to make sure, hey, it's in the past to point it in the past for a specific reason, other than I think it's going to play a key into a major part later on.
Yeah. Plus, at the end credit scene, it's clear that Fury has worked with, Captain Marvel in the past. We're going to learn, what that relationship's all about and why specifically is he reaching out to her to help with this situation? Like, what does he know?
That's my big question is at what, like, you have a robot like creating a giant meteor out of a city. You have like an alien invasion that occurs. What about this specifically is where he's like, oh, I better go contact Captain Marvel, now of all times. Like, how does he know? Like, what about this signifies that, like, oh, this is the size that I need to contact her?
Well, that 2 seconds where he saw his friend disappear, like he had a lot of time to like weigh out his options, be like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. It's just convenience of movie making.
Yeah,
that's
what like, yeah. And the other question I always had is like, if everyone's all dissolving, right? How do you know that Captain Marvel didn't dissolve too? Like, is there anybody on the other end of that pager? So, but yeah, I'm really curious to see how they go about it. I do think that we're going to get some time travel in the next movie, and I think that's going to open up doors for us to go back and revisit some of these past movies and see what's going on in other parts, and use that as a way to go. Are you using a soundboard? What is that?
No, I accidentally hit my R2.
R2D2, it is you. It is you.
No, we got
Shut up, C3PO. That was C3PO, right?
Yeah, it was C3PO. No, so those little like Sphero things, the little BB-8 Sphero thing that basically you can control with your phone.
Those are awesome.
Well, they had them. So when they first came out, they were like $300. So they had them at Costco for $59.
Whoa, Costco saves the day.
Yeah, nice. I may have bought one.
Well, yeah.
I love Costco.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
So I think the Captain Marvel movie is going to answer a lot of questions. I
think the Ant-Man movie is going to answer a lot of questions.
I hope it does.
I hope it does too. I really do.
I hope
it's going to. Go ahead, Scott.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I really hope it ends with someone getting like just dissolved, and it kind of leads directly into the second Infinity War.
Yeah, you kind of stole what I was gonna say. How crazy would it be, like right at the end, like the Wasp just disappears?
I think that's going to happen.
Yeah,
maybe not even at the end. It might be sooner than you think.
I really
want to go.
I really think that. Yeah, I don't feel so good. Yeah,
it feels so good.
I really think too that that's where we're gonna see. Here's my prediction. At some point early on, we're gonna see Hawkeye's family again, and everyone but him is gonna be left. I really think that is gonna be a scene in the upcoming movie.
You think so?
Yeah. So I think that it's basically gonna be he becomes the Ronin, right? Because he's chilling at his little farmhouse, and just everyone around him just disintegrates.
Yeah, so he's mad and out for vengeance.
Yeah, he gets pissed off
totally with
his bows and arrows. Like I would put money that a scene like that or similar is in the movie.
Yeah, because they already leaked images of him in the Ronin outfit. So what more of a motivator to get back into it than have his family disappear?
Yeah, I mean, because when you film at the same time, obviously it's already filmed. So some of that stuff that we saw in some of those set leaks are obviously going to be in the next one. So I think that like a person who is like his showing up in Civil War, he seemed like he was pretty disinterested in actually doing it. Like it wasn't like a big motivation thing, and then doesn't come back for any of the other stuff in this movie.
He was laying low because of the what is it, Sokovia Accord, from Civil War. Like he didn't want that trouble. He's gonna go to jail.
Yeah, they make the mention that him and Scott Lang are like basically not doing anything because they're under house arrest. They took a deal, but so moving forward, like you think like what is going to actually bring them into the fight is someone around them is going to have to die, and then to bring them out to like, all right, now I'm going to fight.
All right, something I forgot about. So this is interesting. So I just looked up an article, basically 15 things you need about the scrolls. So we're talking about that. Okay, we already know that they're going to introduce the scrolls, right?
The Kree are a big part of the Captain Marvel movie.
But here's one's interesting. I forgot about this in the comics, and this is later on once they all the stuff gets worked out with Fox and everything else. They have a long-standing war with the Shi'ar.
Yeah, which brings out Cyclops' dad, right? Like
dad. Yeah, it's the Starjammers. because he leads the Starjammers. So I think the Skrulls can basically bleed into bringing some of the other characters as well.
Yeah.
They can emulate power as well as appearance. So basically, they can take the place of anybody.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. So.
It's a good logical next step to where they would go. Like, I'm trying to think of like outside of the whole. So you had the Infinity Gauntlet, which is a big event. Like, what is the next big event that they could do? And they're not going to do the what is it, the Secret Wars 2 that they just had about if someone can predict crime. If someone could predict crime, should we act on that early, or should we use that? The whole big fight that came out. Yeah, like the Minority Report kind of question about it. Like, to me, that's not big enough for this, for like the next movie on that. So like, the Skrull invasion is really the next big like event that they could go to.
Or hold on. Or like Scott always likes to talk about this. Like what could the MCU do that's brand new? Like new characters?
Yeah.
Or what if they just came up with an entirely new like plot line? Doesn't have to be in the comics. Do you think they could do that?
I would love for them to do that.
Yeah. The only other idea I've thrown around is Galactus as being the next big villain. And, X-Men kind of throws into that too. That'd be a great way to have X-Men be part of the story. And it'd be one of those villains that you can build up over time. And,
in my favorite Doctor Doom, you got Doctor Doom now. What are you going to do with him?
So, yeah.
Right.
Once that Fox deal goes through and it becomes official, like all those characters can come in. Yeah, I think we're going to get Doom as a bad guy. We're going to be able to get Galactus. I think that's maybe not the next team up, but that might be that future one.
I think they have enough time though, like timeline wise. Infinity War doesn't even come out till next year.
Right.
So I think they're going to have enough time to figure out what they want to do for Phase 5. And even if you're not 100% sure what you can do, you can just stick a Doctor Strange 2 in there and a Black Panther 2. And you know what? Go ahead and finish out the Ant-Man trilogy and give me another Ant-Man movie. And like, you got plenty of filler that way you can just kind of buffer some time while you figure out what you want to do with the Fox stuff.
And you can start to pepper in those little things like, oh, this might be important. This might be important. This might be important.
Yeah.
And then
you drop like 50 things and then just pick and choose what you want.
Which one actually ends up being important at the end.
Yep.
Yeah, Larry touched on one movie I would love to see is a Doctor Strange 2, because seeing him in Infinity War and how much he's progressed in his power, I would love to see like a fully powered Doctor Strange movie, like a standalone.
Yeah, I'd go see that.
Awesome.
It definitely got me more excited to see Doctor Strange. We did a ranking of basically our movies, so we're going to share that probably next week. Of basically where the entire MCU fits in basically in our rankings, and I can say that after seeing Infinity War, my Doctor Strange ranking probably actually climbed a couple spots just because I appreciated the character that much more.
Yeah, same here. I definitely gained more appreciation. It probably made my rank for Doctor Strange go up a little bit.
Because at this point, like, he is the Sorcerer Supreme, right? Like, I mean, I don't know if he's officially got that title, but at least he has the power to be it.
I think they actually call him that.
Yeah, I think they do.
Well, that sounds like the title for Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah. It's
Doctor Strange
perfect.
Sorcerer Supreme.
Right. Well, perfect. Like Doctor Strange becoming that Sorcerer Supreme. Like, again, Jeremy's talking about movies going back and telling a story. Like, give me where he still has the time stone, like in between the Doctor Strange time and the kind of net where he is now. Like, tell me a story that happened in between there, something him and Dormammu fighting again, or something where
you could pepper in that scene from Ragnarok too, where he's helping Thor. You could just like kind of add that into the movie and be like, oh, well, this is where it falls within the timeline.
Yeah. So now we know exactly where they are.
I get where we're going, but I really hope that everything just isn't back in time.
I don't want a whole lot back in time.
So fast.
I don't want everything back in time, but I'd love to fill in some gaps, or at least, like you said, see some of these things. Because
I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah. I don't think so. I would like it.
You're going to get Captain Marvel, and that's like maybe one other one, like the Black Widow, and that's going to be it. If they do anything more, that is way too much like flashback movies for me.
Yeah.
You think we're gonna see Captain Thanos in Captain Marvel?
I don't think so, because
Maybe.
honestly, because to go through here, because Marvel there is Jude Law, right? In the upcoming comic, and I really think they were going to focus on Brie Larson as Captain Marvel for this the entire time. I think they're really only going to use Marvel as the way that she gets her power, right? I don't really think we're going to get a whole lot of him as the hero.
I think we are, just because why cast Jude Law?
Because he's cheap. What has he done lately?
So was like, well, here's the thing. So was Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man.
Yeah, but that was one of the things. Do you know how I actually recently found out? Do you know that his wife was one of like the producers, and that's how he got kind of got the role?
Well, he hasn't been in any movies. So I said, what if this is Jude Law's breakout role? I think
Marvel.
I think we'll get more of him, more screen time than we think. I honestly think we'll get a Thanos cameo in Captain Marvel.
Back in the 90s.
Back in the 90s, I think we will.
That's a possibility. Maybe that's how Nick Fury knows who to contact. Oh, this person's dealt with Thanos.
Yeah. Right. He made other people poof. So when he sees that that girl, his friend, disappears, he's like, oh my God,
I've seen this before.
It was that purple dude, Grimace.
Yeah.
Somebody called the Hamburglar.
Squidward.
Yeah.
I honestly thought the Grimace one was the best.
Grimace was good. Squidward was unexpected, but really funny.
Yeah.
What was the other one we were talking about? There was another nickname.
You just think it's funny because of all the people that Peter Quill remembers from McDonald's in the 80s was Grimace of all things.
Yeah.
Man, everybody loves Grimace. Grimace, the Fry Guys. Remember the Fry Guys? They were
even though Grimace wasn't super popular. I definitely will never forget Grimace or the Hamburglar.
Yeah, I think Hamburglar was definitely the most popular, but Grimace was up there. People like Grimace. I mean, Ronald is king, right? But probably then Hamburglar, and number 3 is Grimace. Number 4, probably the Fry Guys.
Yeah, I would say
McDonald's characters.
He's kind of spot on, though. I mean,
Does anyone disagree with my rankings? No? Okay, thank you.
Screw all that. I'm going the Noid.
Oh, I missed one. I apologize.
No,
number 3 has to be Mayor McCheese. He was the mayor.
Yeah, but if you're ranking things, like technically Hamburglar and Grimace were kind of bad guys, right? The Grimace was...
Well, no, they can't. Hold on.
Mayor McCheese,
Hamburglar,
bad guy.
No, Mayor McCheese was good. He was the one who was setting up the town, right? He made sure everybody had their burgers. And Hamburglar, he was just a hungry guy. He was just a little mischievous. But at the end, Ronald would always just wag his finger and be like, it's Hamburglar, you silly goose. He just wanted those delicious burgers, kind of like the Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs guy. That dude just really wanted the Cocoa Puffs.
Or the guy from Popeye, I'll pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
Wimpy.
Yes.
Wimpy.
Yes, that guy.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, but the Noid, man, come on. Avoid the Noid, the video game. That was amazing. Again, we've gone on another one.
You know who I really like, and we should make a comeback? Max Headroom.
Yes.
Max Headroom.
Remember that guy?
I don't really remember Max Headroom.
Nate, just a second. Come on.
Let me look it up. I'm looking it up.
No. Here.
You got it, Jeremy, because Jeremy's good at screen sharing.
Just wait. I'm gonna screen share.
Headroom? Max Headroom?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like
name.
This is Max Headroom.
Okay, yeah.
What you're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever produced in the history of television. And there's more, because you are going to see it as well.
Yes, it.
Yes, it. Yes, namely, the Max Headroom story. And afterwards, that is directly following, I want to talk to you about something even bigger, namely,
All right, so shout out to Andy Merv's channel.
Thanks, Andy.
Thank
We're
you,
live
Sandy
streaming
Murray.
your channel, bro. Probably the first ones ever. And shout out to Max Headroom and all that awesomeness.
Yeah, that Larry
is
King of the
amazing.
obscure reference. Good job.
That was good.
Yeah.
Well, in the name of Max Headroom, I would just like to say that we are the STS guys. Thank you for putting up with us for the last hour and 20 minutes. If you'd like more of this awesome randomness, check us out on Instagram at STS Guys. Follow us on Twitter at STS Guys. Check us out on Facebook at the STS Guys. And I am Larry from the STS Guys.
Chilling.
I hope everybody else was done because I'm wrapping it up.
Yeah, I think we're at that point. Good job. Good job.
Max
just-
Headroom, he killed it.
We're just going on just other additional tangents. I think we're good.
Like I said, once we hit Mayor McCheese, I'm like, okay,
We're out. We're out. We've hit a stopping point at McDonald's. Ranking our McDonald's characters.
yes.
Late night, Saturday night discussion.
So for episode 34 of the STS Guys, I've been Jeremy.
I've been Mayor McCheese.
I have been Nate.
And I've been Grimace.
Yes, thank you, Scott.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.